As we conclude the 12th session of the Assembly of States Parties, we all know that this session has not been business as usual. In light of the developments surrounding the court and increased calls for a re-examination of the relationship between the African States Parties, the African Union and the ICC, this year's Assembly was an opportune moment to address issues that have arisen in other fora and that concern political implications of the work of the court and affect the Rome Statute system as a whole. These last 8 days, we had numerous opportunities to have an open discussion among states parties about the challenges that the court and we, as an assembly of states parties, are currently facing. The lack of domestic capacity still constitutes a major weakness of the system. Several states took the opportunity to inform about concrete progress achieved in the domestic implementation of the Rome Statute. And I was heartened that states also expressed their willingness to assist each other in building the necessary capacity. Another element generally highlighted in the debate was the importance of the principle of complementarity and the fact that the International Criminal Court is a court of last resort. Accountability should be first and foremost pursued at the national level. Assisting states in strengthening their judiciary is a pivotal endeavor to which all stakeholders could contribute. There was broad satisfaction that an open process of dialogue had been started in order to address the concerns of African states parties, and with a manner in which the special segment, as requested by the African Union, indictment of sitting heads of state and government and its consequences on peace and stability and reconciliation, had been organized and conducted. In the days following the special segment, the Assembly continued to address related issues, namely the discussion of several proposed amendments of the Court's Rules of Procedure and Evidence concerning the presence of the accused at trial. As a result of the discussion, the principle that no one is above the law within the Rome Statute remains untouched and has been reaffirmed. Procedural amendments were adopted allowing the judges to consider alternative options to the presence of the accused when appropriate and in exceptional circumstances. As the Assembly of States Parties, we are constantly engaged in discussions on how to gradually improve the Rome Statute system. Indeed, we should continuously try to refine it through all available procedures. Next to the additions to Rule 134, the Assembly adopted amendments to Rules 68 and 100. The amendment to Rule 68 is intended to reduce the length of ICC proceedings and streamline evidence presentation by allowing previously recorded audio or video witness testimony. The amendment to Rule 100 provides for a more expeditious process for designating an alternate seat for proceedings of the court that would allow bringing justice closer to the people whose lives have been affected by crimes. Much more was discussed during the Assembly. For the first time since the 2010 review conference, there was a plenary session dedicated to victims, focusing on participation, reparation, and communication. At another plenary session on cooperation, the Assembly discussed means to strengthen state support to witness protection. We have also elected Mr. Jeffrey Henderson from Trinidad and Tobago as judge of the ICC. The support that we expressed during this assembly to the court has to be maintained throughout the year and translated into day-to-day cooperation with the court. The court will only be as strong as the support it receives from the 122 states parties and other important stakeholders. As president of all states parties, I have been and I remain open to all, and I am confident that open and frank dialogue should continue within the Assembly framework. I hope that we will all continue to work together with an open spirit and keep sight of what brought us all together, the conviction that the most serious crimes should not go unpunished.